And welcome back, everyone, to Meta HSE. A quick update on the on what has been happening as our producers accidentally just jumped into one of the sides, which is unfortunate. Our original game was supposed to be broadcasting was going to be Marsden taking on McLean's, but unfortunately, Marsden has been forced to forfeit due to player unavailability. So we'll be jumping instead into game 2 of the of this series here, which is Caringbah taking on Aurora. So New South Wales taking on the WA squad here. One game has already been completed because this was, as you may guess, a very last-minute change. Caringbah won that 3-2. I'm Chris, being joined by Gex, by the way, if you weren't aware. And well, we're getting into game 2 here. Hipswell gets it a quick goal straight off the bat.
Yeah, very quick one there. Caringbah starting strong, striking while the iron's hot after that last win as well. And I'm going to say 3-2 is a pretty good effort for Aurora here. They have come in as quite the underdogs for the tournament as a whole. And they are showing up very, very well right now.
Yes, indeed. They've also already had one game as well. That was against McLean's, and they lost that 3-0. So at the moment, they are sort of fighting for their spots to even make playoffs here. If they don't win this game, it is going to be a pretty hard task, you would have to say, to make it, as Tatagane just gets a goal from downtown there, just sends it in from his own corner, and yeah, there's just no one there to block it off.
Yeah, just going to get away from Lockster there as a second goal does exactly as you said, get away, and now it's going to come back to this backboard as Tatagane gets there. A nice touch, tries to just get those mechanics out and get the Doomsday off the backboard, but unable to do so. A great touch the second time round, though. Read it perfectly off that backboard and strikes straight into the back of net.
Yeah, that was a very, very good touch there. Trixgex was already pushing forward, and well, there was no way he was going to stop in time to stop that play from Tatagane. So well done from the mechanics man to get that goal, and well, just like that, it is a 3-0 stomp early on here. Aurora really struggling to keep up here with the boys from Caringbah High, as Tatagane looks for a nice save here, gets the ball behind all the defenders. Hipswell is there as well, but he's going in the wrong direction comparative to the net. So goals will remain 3-0 here as we get past the opening minute of action here. But yeah, Caringbah really putting the foot down in this second game.
Now, Hipswell going to pop that back to Tatagane. Nearly works. Does manage to keep the control at the very least, but Trixgex will grab this. It's going to go center field and come off that wall nice and high. Merc Steele, the first one to get there. Merc Steele, the man here who's probably earned one of the most high stats for getting MVP of any player right now in the tournament. Getting beaten right now with this 3-0 line of goals.
And Merxill is just going to sneak one through there to get the first for Aurora. Tatagane having a massive whiff there, being the last man back, and yeah, that is just a very unfortunate touch, or very unfortunate whiff there, to say the very least, as does open up an opportunity here for him now, as Tatagane doesn't really get a good angle there to play a shot, so he's just going to center the ball up for Hipswell here. Can he get the ball over? No, he can't. The ball just heads back to the other side. Jeremiah now gets the ball, goes for a backwards pass, actually finds Merc Steele, who puts it onto the backboard. Tatagane now going up to try and get to a teammate. Will be Hipswell. Can he get the fourth goal in for Caringbah? No, he won't. Ball's being blocked. Tatagane finds the ball into the corner. Will he be able to pinch it down? Just dribbles across the face of the net. Jeremiah tries to keep it locked into the attack, but Merc Steele, once again, just gets a touch of the ball, tries for a quick counter, but this time around, Tatagane will be able to get the block.
I gotta say, I have a little bit of respect for Caringbah the way they're playing this right now, going for massive passing plays since they're up by 2 right now. Merc Steele might be able to get some movement on that ball, though, back towards the other side. In comes Lockster. That's going to go dead center, but nobody there to capitalize. Tricks Kicks might be able to pick something up. It'll be Merc Steel on it after that demo. A bump there as well, but Tatagane is ready for it.
Diaz, well, that was very close there for Tatagane to get another goal, but won't be able to do this time around. Now an opportunity here for him as it's the Whale, able to get the save and the clear out as well for Caringbah. Aurora having the chance to score there, but unable to convert. Jeremiah tries to lock it into attack for the blue side, but also just dribbling around here as Caringbah. Yeah, they're just looking for these passing plays. They're just looking for setups, and Jeremiah will be the beneficiary of one of those. Gets a goal to bring it to 4-1.
Yeah, hammers it off the ceiling. Tatagane actually did try to read it off the backboard himself as well, but comes back down and put away by Jeremy. Now, all members of Caringbah on the board for goals. Tatagane leading it with 2, of course, there, and 4-1 scoreline is looking pretty healthy there for Caringbah.
Very healthy indeed. It seems like an unassailable lead as we enter the final minutes, and well, being that will mean a 2-0 scoreline for them here, and Afria might be beckoning quickly. That might be nice as Jeremiah just denies himself a goal with that touch there. Hipsoel looking to try and get it back to Jeremiah. Can he don't get down there? He can't, but Tatagane's waiting in the wings and he will pick up a hat-trick.
A great little touch on backboard. It's so easy here for this pinch to go far too fast, but almost you could call that a pancake touch. Not quite. Gets it down at a very nice speed to Tatagane to pick up the hat-trick.
Indeed, and that's the sort of stuff we expect from Tatagane. A lot of mechanics, but when he needs to go for a softer touch, he has shown time and time again that he can just give it a nice little chip into the net. So, 30 seconds remaining here. Caringbah really dominant, to say the very least, in this series. And well, this is good, not only for themselves, but for New South Wales overall as well. Historically in Rocket League, they haven't really been the strongest state or region for that matter to come out. That's always been South Australia and the Kiwis. So, yeah, this is very good for New South Wales, as I suppose we do have a bit of a change in the guard, as the former Unlinked lineup that used to dominate Australia at the very least, well, they haven't signed up this year, and that's just opening it up for the likes of, well, the Red Barons in their own state, who we will see a little bit later on in the broadcast, and also Caringbah and YBG to possibly take up the mantle of the best team in Australia, as Caringbah makes easy work of that world to line up 5-1 to own the series.
Yeah, good to see our first game on stream, but yeah, it was the second one in the series, and it's looking at this rate like it is probably going to be a very definitive 3-0 series here, and they are just ruling this match, really showing what they're capable of, not just in their own mechanics, but team play mechanics. I mean, they are passing so well to each other, even in smaller, less pretty plays like that little touch down from the backboard, like that pinches away so easily. It was a brilliant touch to get that to a teammate, and it is little plays like that that are really impressing me about Caringbah. They find each other no matter what, and it's really coming through for them right now.
Yeah, it's very good to see from them here. And the other thing as well is they're also not really lifting their foot off the gas as much as some people may be expecting. They're definitely not getting as many goals as they possibly could, but they're also showing a fair bit of respect to their opponents here. They're looking for those passing plays. They are going for goals when they need to. They're still also liable to a few errors here and there as well. But yeah, this is some nice stuff to see from the blue side here. Caringbah has get into game 3, and what could possibly be a 3-0 sweep from here, as no, they've actually swapped sides here. It's going to be Willetton now on the blue side and Caringbah on the orange. That was a little bit unexpected, but luckily we picked that up before we made too many errors.
Too many errors indeed. It comes in, and there's the errors again. It's going to be errors again on the side of a run, and an open net opportunity for Caringbah.
Yeah, an open net for Willetton, actually, Gex, as
Willetton,
but
sorry.
there's an error there. So I thought even calling it out might avoid the error, but alas, that's not to be. Well, we can say for sure now, so blue side is OP, but anyways. Merc is able to clear out the ball here. Might be looking for another opportunity for Aurora. Gets very close. Forced a triple commit there, Caringbah, just to get the save. Tatagani now clears it out, gets an attempt, but won't be able to finish up the play that Hipsterwell began. Tatagane, though, once again, goes back to the skies. Can he flip it in? No, Loxa comes from underneath, but the ball's still going towards the net, eventually cleared out by Merc Steel. The Chermite just forcing the issue. He has really lifted off the canvas. Chermite has so far today. As I said at the end of last series, normally more of a third man, but today it's really lifted as Hipsterwell gets an open opportunity upon high, and we'll get the equaliser a minute 15 in.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see Aurora Willetton High School up early, but it's going to be tough to hold against such a strong team in Caringbah. They fire back so quickly. They do have a little bit of an advantage here in that Jeremy is getting some major ping fluctuations right now as well, and even some packet loss there as well, so might be able to make some advantages out of that situation.
Yeah, it was 44, but it looks like a fair bit of packet loss there for Chermite, but it has stabilised for now at the very least, so hopefully that will remain the case as he will steal the ball all the way. He gets it centered. That is a nice little touch there from Tatagane. Last not on target or to his teammate at Hipsterwell, so the scores will remain 1-1 here as we get towards 3-minute remaining mark. Chermite just slowing up the play here. Really just looking to try and find an option to play with. Won't be able to though, so it brings the ball back to its own backboard and to Tatagane. Loses control immediately, however, and this is an opportunity for Lockster, but ball can be taken away. Merksteel picks it up from underneath. Lockster gets out of his way, and now Merksteel looking for the center, but Chermite comes from underneath to steal the ball away. Chermite and Hipsterwell are now looking to push forward here. Gets off the backboard. Any final touch? No, not there, as Chermite comes from a little bit too late, but that still means Merc is able to bring it up the field.
Yeah, and a good center by him as well. Tatagane just getting underneath it very quickly though. Great flip reset by Hipsterwell. Maybe should have delayed it, but does get it to the teammate off that backboard. Jeremy strikes so strongly. Yeah,
good follow through there from Jeremy, just really having to nail it in. Merc Steel going the wrong way, tries to redirect his car, but just unable to get there in time. He really only started moving backwards when it was too late. So, yeah, Caringbah back into the lead here, but Aurora, they're getting a few opportunities now. They've already got a 1 goal. Can they add more to their totals? We'll find out as Chermite. I actually think he might have been blocked a little bit there, but yeah, it's able to still get the clear out regardless. Hipsterwell now just looking to try and get it to a teammate. Won't be able to. Merksteel interrupts his play, but Chermite actually loses control of his car, forces Tatagane to really rally back into the corner. And Tatagane, we've seen him go for those dangerous saves before. Has just worked out for a demo this time, but he definitely does like to go for those riskier moves out of the net.
Yeah, and I thought Merksteel absolutely had that under control. There didn't seem to be a lot of chance for a save there, but that demo was that small chance. A good touch out, but Trixkix is up. He has a mistake out of Aurora, and will it capitalize? No, there's actually a save from their opponents as Tatagane throwing this one away.
He gets the dose anyways. He picks up a goal, so everyone gets 1 each on the Caringbah lineup. But yeah, I think he just wanted to steal a goal away from his teammate there. But you know what? He got himself a goal, so we'll let that slide for the moment. But yeah, Caringbah 3-1 up here, and it looks like they put the power down here. So they've had enough with a little bit of mucking around. They're just wanting to end the series now and have a nice long break heading into their 2 o'clock game as Tatagane just taps the ball down. No one's actually going to be able to touch it for Caringbah. That opens it up for Merksteel. A little bit of miscomms there from the team from the Sutherland Shire. And that has just opened up the door for Willetton yet again, who closes the gap back down to 1.
Yeah, not only an open goal, but now opening up an opportunity. 1 goal away from evening this up, and Aurora is displaying some skills we haven't seen till this game 3. Remembering that they are on match point, they might be able to take one back here, especially if Tabagane keeps taking it back. He just wants all the goals for himself.
Yeah, he really wants to just try and pad his stats for the MVP vote as Jeremiah now looks to get another goal, but no, Tabagane once again just denies his teammate. He is, God, you don't know which side he's on here. Is he an imposter or is he a true player for Caringbah?
I think it's a 1v5.
I suppose Jeremiah just looks to try and find something here, but Merxiel seals it away, and this is on target. Is this a goal? No! Tabagane is not the imposter. He gets the save there.
Lockster, you've got to go up on that. You've got to try to make something of that situation. Hipster Whale this time is the suspicious member of the team, pushing it away. It will be down to 1 goal. Can they get one more to finish it? No. Tabagane looks promising, but it hits ground right on goal line.
Yeah, and that will be a 3-0 win to Caringbah. We'll dissect that game and give our MVPs after this short break. So come back in 90 seconds as we will go through the post game of Caringbah taking on Aurora. Are we live? Yep, sweet. And welcome back, everyone, to Meta HSE. Just going to be talking about the post-game now for that game between Caringbah and Aurora. And, well, it was a pretty dominant win there from Caringbah, apart from maybe some game-free shenanigans. But apart from that, it's what we wanted to see from them here if they want to make it to the grand final.
Dominant game, but it was only a 1-goal win. It was only a 1-goal win, Chris. So close.
I wonder why.
You look at those shots there, it really shows the game. I mean, Caringbah stepping up with 9 shots to 4. And, I got to give it out there to Merxiel. He really did step up for the team. I mentioned he has been picked multiple times in the tournament in the state regions at the very least as the MVP. He definitely has the ability to play when needed, but it's just too much against Caringbah. I mean, they were so dominant that, like we were talking about, stepping up and saving their own goals just to compete amongst themselves, really, at the end there. Not the most respectful players from them, but did show what they were capable of.
It did indeed, as... Well, they got the 3-0 win at the very least. They still remain tied with McLean at the very least at the top of the table because of it. So with that, only one more thing to do. Choose our MVP yet again. Fairly tough for this to decide from this Caringbah lineup, but we've made our call and it's going to be going to Hipswell this time around.
Yeah, and I mean, that messing around in that last match is one of the reasons that it made it so tough to pick, but it's also the reason that we picked Hipster Whale. The one member of the team probably throwing the least coming in there. Hipster Whale stepped up as a reliable member of the team with that little bit of an edge of respect for his teammates, and yeah, you gotta chuck him a bit of respect for that as well.
Yeah, he did get his own little imposter moment as well at the end, but even throughout the series, he was getting a fair few good goals. He was setting up as well in the midfield as well. So yeah, I think it was a very deserved MVP for him there. So at the moment, that will be last game that we see from Caringbah today. Although in saying that, depending on what happens with Mars and if they're able to get their team back in time, we might even see him a little bit later on. So for now, we'll head to our next main break, and when we come back at 2 o'clock, it'll be the first appearance of the Kiwis. We'll be taking on Yarra Valley at 2 p.m. AEST. So see you in half an hour for that game.